See, sometimes, it's just two spirits using two bodies to interact, right? And those two spirits just happen to know each other. Maybe they're just happy to see each other because they're from the same time period. They might not even known each other back then. They just have that same kind of vibe from that frequency of that era. Then you have those that are family blood related because they have certain little things they do to make sure they remember each other through traditions, and that'll automatically gravitate you to somebody. And then you have spouses, and those spouses will basically want to reincarnate to be with you again in the soul that you are. They're not going to want to reincarnate and be your kid or something like that. So in order to do that, they might have to do something that you may not like have some kids outside the marriage or something like that, so that them kids will come back and meet up with your kids that you have with him, like 10 generations later, and then you and him can come back and be together or something like that, because it's just that simple, and then when you get back and you're together and you're in your own bodies, you spend so many centuries or times or experiences reincarnating or just spirit mounting other people's bodies on the planet because people like you, because you have been famous or you was a royalty or something like that, and people have known what it feels like because this is something we've been doing. So they know what certain people feel like. That's why I said they know what Jesus feels like. He feels real good when he spirit mounts you. It's no joke, because he's happy. Whatever the happiness is that make you happy, that's what Jesus got. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to tell you, and I think that's what other people be trying to say. Whatever that missing thing is that's making you happy, you have it. That doesn't mean your life is all the way fulfilled, because you might be being mistreated. That's the thing. You might actually be being mistreated. Some unjust thing has happened to you, and there's no way you're going to want to reincarnate into that. That would be hell. And that's what we're experiencing. We have reincarnated on our own land into hell. Because we refuse to be like part of the human family in the proper way. I think it's cool how my hair fades back. I just, bleached it, and you can kind of see there's like 3 levels to it right now. It's weird. I like it though. It's like a dark orange, and then the blonde. It's so blonde you can't even see it. So, yeah, I'm doing videos out here because this is my life. Every vlogger do what they do. Well, I vlog me walking up and down the street, getting on the bus, going to different meals and talking to people out in these streets. That's what I be vlogging. I think my shit is interesting as fuck, because on top of that, I be talking to ghosts. You feel me? I be talking to dead people in there. You see, we got the same boat. We got the same hair. Somebody calling me over there. Yeah, they can operate me. These people playing music, they can operate my ass. Depending on if they know songs and they know that they are commands, they can turn that part of the song on right when you're walking by. And you will be getting a command from that person, because no matter what the person's intent is, the actual person who's making the command, the person who's inside of you interpreting it, they're going to know what the spirit inside of the other person's intent is. And so the ones who are the pure of heart, meaning they don't judge and hold grudges on people, especially about stuff they don't know, like rumors. Yeah. Seriously. Hi. Good morning. So, what I'm basically saying is that they like people to be nice to each other because you never know. You might be related, or you may be the love of somebody that's in your body, that's not in first position, that you don't want to share. See, Marone, Sister Scotty, he got his too. See, you see, Scott got 3 names in there: Scott, Ramon, Seguro, Mescati. Mescati. I mean, it's saying Mescati. I like saying Mescati. Mescati. Simi. But it need to be Mescatis in there to me. Huh. You know, you need to get your own shit popping. Because if you love me like you say you love me, it's so great. Because you do love me. I listened to that album. And I got the psychic messages in the background. Let me know. The ad-libs, whatever you want to call them. And let me know that you are responding to me. You are calling me back and letting them know. Yes, I've been doing something to her ass. I guess maybe you send out some thoughts. I don't know if at these times that I'm experiencing it, you're reliving the experience you had when you were doing what you were doing at the time that you made those videos, whether somebody was recording you on stage. Because you was doing some freaky shit. That's why when I react to shit, it be something else. That's why I be wondering. Because some of these people, I think they be actually like trying to channel me into some female. And then they be getting with me and they be asking the females questions about me and shit. Or thinking that the female's going to be just like me, and she's not. I try not to judge people. I'm just saying in general. You know, this is crazy for me to even refer to it like this. I'm trying to get my hair to dry. Because I'm testing the durability of it. You feel me? Because that's straight. Okay. Yeah, I guess you want to be on camera. Yeah, because the lights are out. Yeah, remember? Oh, you don't remember because I wasn't videotaping. The light wouldn't change and I just walked across. I said, what's going on here? Anyways, it's best to be as loving as possible, because then maybe somebody great will want to incarnate into your body. You could have 15,000 people with the blood of an emperor like Montezuma in them. You could have 15 million people, or like Genghis Khan. And out of those 15 million people, only maybe 20 of them even about it to do anything like Genghis Khan would want to do. So you got the DNA, you just don't have the soul to be able to, you know, take on Genghis Khan's spirit. You feel me? And he damn sure ain't gonna jump his soul into your body, because they could jump into your body. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they know how to jump into your body. That's how they was making them motherfuckers all run at the same time. They was doing it. You Beyonce be doing the same shit. Any of them singers that be dancing with all them people behind them, they making them dancers do exactly what they doing. They jumping in them somehow. Because they do it automatically. And it goes for basketball players too. There's clips online where you can see basketball players getting up at the exact same time, turning their head at the exact same time, doing the exact same shuffle. They ain't even looking at each other. And then you see the coach doing it at the same time as the players. So that tell you the coach is the one who then jumped into all them players. That's why all the players be so in love with their coach, because their coach probably really loved them. Because it takes a lot of love for you to be able to jump in somebody's body, for somebody to want to allow you to, and two, for you to have the skill and ability to want to learn this, because it's a generational thing. It's taught as a custom. So some bloodlines teach this as custom. Some people call it religions and shit. Yeah. Because they don't really believe in the dead people being able to communicate and able to see what the fuck going on. Because if they can't talk to them, they think they can't see shit. And they're sitting back watching everything around us like a fucking movie. So we are a movie to our ancestors. Because we're just running around like the reality TV show where everybody's running around acting crazy. That's what we are doing to them. We're like fucking court jesters right now. Because we're fucking in slavery in our own homeland. That's why. Shit, they're like, wait a minute, hold on, I'm Montezuma, you know. I'm running everybody out there. I come here, you motherfucking, what you doing in there? You filing taxes? What the fuck is that, yo? You paying rent? Why you paying rent? Who own the land? What you paying rent to? Who for? That's what the fuck they're really gonna be thinking. They're not gonna be thinking, well, you know, who do we want? Trump or Biden? They're gonna say, let's kill all of them motherfuckers and everybody that fuck with them because they've been on our land stealing our shit. Because if anybody know for sure that this is the American Indians' land, excuse me, it would be the president of the United States of America. So every last one, including Obama's African ass, no, this is our land. That's why he ain't help you get it back. Because his dad is Kenyan and his mom is European. Because my people are Americana, that's why. Yeah, I got mixture in me, but I'm talking about my maternal bloodline. Hello. Yeah, I'm talking about my maternal bloodline because on my paternal side, I have a lot of bit of everything. I got European, I got 9 different Europeans. Freeman on my mama, and Battle on my daddy. Battle. So I come from bloodlines that ain't playing. They're Masonic, so they know these secrets because that's what secret societies is teaching you, how to become immortal. You have to be so famous that everybody remembers you throughout history. We've come to a place in time where anybody can become remembered because social media can make you go viral. That's why they're losing control over the situation. Because before it only be Michael Jackson or you know, Prince or somebody that they're trying to control. Prince told you he was a slave. He got like fucking thousands of songs they haven't even released. Why aren't they releasing his songs? Because it was something magical in there. You know, because these are angels. Basically, people who are pure enough for other entities that, let me get on down the road. Somebody over there, but they're making noise. Of course, I've been standing here long enough. Well, I guess they may not want me to talk about it like that. But they are angelic entities. Because they can take on God's angels. Meaning, if you were an angel, or you were an angel of the light and not an angel of the dark, not saying either one of them bad, I'm just saying if you were one or the other, would you want to incarnate into a body of somebody that's been doing all kind of wicked shit? Or just things that before was considered unwicked and now in 2021 is considered just the shit to do? Because it doesn't matter what your opinion is, it matters whether they want to jump in your body or not. That's why people do certain things. That's why religions have certain women cover their hair and certain dudes have certain rituals that they do in religion so that you can't have certain motherfucking spirits jump on your ass. That's why certain people only marry certain things, because you might fuck around and marry somebody of another fucking race and that other race's spirit jump into your kids, and then all of a sudden your kids is your fucking enemies and shit. Because you don't know what spirit out of that bloodline is going to jump into your kid. You don't know which one. You can't pick them like that unless you are really Masonic or Eastern Star, or you know really what to do. How to get a soul to come to you. And they have to agree to have you be their parent. If that's what they want. Because sometimes they're the one who set the stage for you to be their parents. You know? And that's what people are starting to realize, that some people's life is irrelevant. Because the soul that's in them is not really famous. They just needed that body. Because the next generation, they have plans to mix it in with another person with another part of the bloodline, and they hoping if them two mix that it'll create an ability for those two different sections that they had missing to come together and create a person of enough of certain races, or at least the race of the person they're trying to bring in. You understand? So we're talking about Montezuma. He Mayan. I got Mayan in my blood. I did my DNA. That's what the fuck they said. Oh, I got a lot of motherfucking shit. I got the Clovis in Native American, 8,000 years old. I did my DNA and sent it in, and they told me. Shit. You fucking sent in and fucking did 21andMe. 23andMe.com, excuse me. And then I sent it in a Jed match, and Jed match was the ones that showed me the ancient matches, because I matched with the Clovis Native American, or American Indians, which the real term should be. Um, he's 12,000 years old. So I'm ancient on this land. They said my blood altogether goes back 180,000 years old. But far as the DNA that's in my body right now, because you can't have all the DNA of everybody from a million years ago, or everybody from 180 years ago, because you have to do certain practices in your family to maintain that DNA. Yeah, you have to, they call it clans. Yeah. They say, okay, you got this certain blood that matches with this person. And it was, so how do you know? For one, they know the last names. That's one way. And two, they have a internal connection where they know each other. Someone's going to tell you that's family, whether you think so or not. I happen to have 21 different nationalities in me, which tells me that my family is highly into this type of mixing in or becoming clan, because it stops wars. Because when I'm looking at you, I'm going to see somebody in my family. I'm not just going to see you being some strange looking thing that's in my land. You see what I'm saying? That's how you make family and empires, is by mixing in with the people that is either there and you forgot their ass was there too, and you was there too, you just didn't know about their ass, because that's what is going on. Yeah, I got Eskimo in my blood. I got Bantu. Yeah, I'm going with the ancient names, because I'm older than them names they're calling the shit. The most oldest one I would say over there is the Bantu in the Ethiopian, that bloodline, because it's the same bloodline of the American Indians over here. That's why they look so similar. That's why a lot of people think I'm from Eritrea or Ethiopia or Habesha. I know for sure that I didn't really see that in my DNA like that. You know what I'm saying? It didn't come up like that. Because on 23andMe, they tell you what generation back that each bloodline is. And mine was like 6 or 7. Because I had Southeast Asian in me too.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, he on the phone. Yeah. See, the thing is that no matter what people think, when you're obeying spirit, you're going to do what the spirit tell you to do. You're not going to do what nobody else tell you, because you're going to come from a pure heart of love, and you're going to understand somebody might be getting the message, and people who are in the same tribe or the same barrio, they know. You know what I'm saying? Because people know who their family is and where they come from. A lot of people do not, because their parents have not kept track of that shit. That's why you have people who are considered royal bloodline, and you have people who are considered not. Or you have people who are nobles, people who remember this shit and maintain the tradition of being in clans and shit. Because if you love each other enough, you want to reincarnate into a clan where you can find your soulmate again. How you gonna find them if they all the way on the other side of the world? Because you didn't mix with somebody over on the other side of the world. They could be anywhere. But if you make sure it's somewhere in a tribe that you know, or your family bloodline, they might come back. Because when you come back, you're going to recognize them when you see them. Something's going to say, I know this person from somewhere. I don't know. Maybe in my dreams, maybe somewhere. Maybe somebody in my body knows it. Something weird is going on. And then somebody in your body, if you're open, because I got spirits possessing me, that means they're running my body right now. Because I gave my life to Jesus in there. He said, okay, we're going to use you to run your mouth on the streets in there, Tata. Hey, what are they doing? Because I'm dark as hell. And a lot of motherfuckers just assume that my motherfucking ass is black. Whatever they think black is. Because a lot of black people is confused about what the fuck I'm talking about. Because I'm coming out of the Chicano barrio, and they don't understand what that is. And I don't really care to explain it. I don't. Because when they figure out there's something that you're doing that they don't understand and want to come back and get your attention and try to see if they can find out what exactly you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's why. And it's noticeable because it throws off the whole energy because something said that's probably not something that a family member that loves you would say. It would be something like that abusive uncle or a dad that drank all the time. That's the type of shit. Or the auntie that was always pinching you and shit. That's the type of shit people, when they be giving messages through these other little, third and fourth and fifth heavens, whatever the fuck they think they're doing. They be mean with the shit. That's why I don't be liking to talk to their ass, because I be wanting to snap and cut somebody the fuck out. That's why. Because they be trying to give me advice, and sometimes it be good advice, and I don't want to hear it because they talking shit when they saying it. That's why. Meaning they don't respect me, because I know how I want to be treated. I'm 43 years old, so I know how I want to be treated, because I know what it feel like for somebody to talk to your fucking ass crazy, and I know what it feel like for somebody to talk to your ass right, and I know it don't take a whole lot of fucking energy to talk to somebody fucking ass the right way, off the gate. Respect, period. I don't give a fuck if it's a psychic respect or not. If I'm understanding what the fuck going on this psychic level, whatever the fuck motherfuckers been doing, I ain't been online like that in the fucking physical body, but in the spiritual body, I've been running around here and everybody know me. And I know that you talking to me when you saying shit to somebody else, low key, you talking to me, I'm gonna respond. But I'm going to respond on my camera, or I'm just going to respond and act like I'm talking to myself. But I know that the other people in my body know what the fuck going on. And that's why I said, niggas fuck themselves up because they underestimate people. Because they don't know what my bloodline is. That's why. They're just assuming I'm looking at me just because I'm dark-skinned. That's why. And then they treat me the way they treat their women. Because I didn't see my mom getting abused and talk too crazy. And I didn't see my dad getting abused or talk too crazy either. The only thing they were doing is whipping the fuck out of us kids. They wasn't fucking each other up. That's what I'm saying. I never seen adults just disrespecting each other. When I was a child, I thought adult mean we're never going to fight no more. We're going to be happy. We're going to be able to buy things. We're going to be able to go party. We're going to go on vacation together. My ideal of an adult isn't, oh, every time I turn around, they talking crazy to me or spanking me or some shit, or reprimanding me. Because once you realize that people is being taken over by spirit, you understand that the children is the most purest ones. So the children is the ones talking the most shit. And the adult be saying, don't tell the children not to say what they got to say. And it's like, but it's a spirit in that child telling it to say that. So you telling that spirit to shut the fuck up, and that spirit might be older than you. So that child can't do nothing to you, but all of a sudden you start having bad luck. You fuck around and put some nair in your hair instead of some fucking bleach and your fucking hair fall out. You mess around and lock your keys in your car and have to break your window, and at the same time somebody already had stole your purse out from under the seat anyways. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have no money to get your window fixed, so you riding around with no window. It'd be little shit like that happen. You'd be like, oh my God, somebody's doing a curse on me. Somebody hates me. I'm such a good person. But you just cuss your kid out. And that kid had like your, third auntie, 5 generations back. And she want to fuck you up. And she can't wait till she get grown. Because she gonna let you know you a punk bitch for how you did me and shit. Because that's what the fuck really be happening. Adults right now in this day and age, they don't understand. You can't just do what you want to children. Because you spend more time being a fucking adult than you do a fucking child. So why the fuck you spend all the time breaking a child of doing shit that adults might do? The only thing they don't need to be doing, adults do, is fuck. Other than that, and drink. Good morning. Other than that, kids need to be doing what the hell grown-ups do. Because they old people anyways. They just got little bodies. You got kids graduating. You got fucking 7-year-olds graduating from fucking college right now in America. Okay? So you can't tell me that these little motherfucking kids don't got grown people in their ass. How the fuck that little motherfucker know how to read that goddamn good, and the motherfucker can't even read a damn dictionary and shit. The little fucker graduated from goddamn college. He a fucking surgeon and shit by 12. What the fuck is your child doing? Taking orders from you, getting cussed the fuck out and talked too crazy. You see me? That's why they say, you know, no nation can rise higher than its woman, because the mother is the one that set the song. Because of the dude, if the father's too crazy, the mom's gonna move. She gonna leave. But if she fucked up, she gonna stay there and help fuck the child up, and then you're gonna have generations.
I'm like a Fast and Furious movie, right?
Yeah.
I'm from the ball.
You have generations of children who have PTSD. They don't know somebody cussing them out. Because people be trying to low-key act like they don't know what this psychic shit is, and they be talking shit when they be walking by. And you be like, is demons following me? What the fuck going on? No, it be somebody that's doing what you can do, and they fucking with your ass because they realize you don't know who's saying what to you. Because sometimes you can be getting messages from God, yo. You can get messages from God and you be like, that's prophecy, or that was a coincidence. So you get messages from God and all of a sudden somebody say, you know, you're a disgusting person, I hate you. You're going to be thinking God said that. And if it ain't God that said that, then it must be the devil or a demon that say that, because why would God say that to me? But really who it is, it's your fucking auntie that's practicing fucking witchcraft and fucking Santeria and Polymayumba and shit. Because she done got her ass up into the fucking 3rd and 4th and 5th heavens and shit. She floating around here, meaning however she feel about you, because of her level of advancement in the mind, it can jump into any person around you that has the same bloodline as you. And most people hang around with motherfuckers of their own race. You see what I'm saying? Fuckers can torture you because there's people who understand this science, and that's why I make these videos. And I do them in public. Because motherfuckers want to say your ass is crazy or something when you start talking like this. That's why people that be way down there, because I'm loud as fuck, they be hearing me, they make sure to get up in the camera and say hi. And talk to me to let me know, bitch, you preaching, and that's it. Because that's what the fuck it is. That's why I be arguing with the camera, because there'll be somebody thoughts that I'm arguing with that's around that was sticking around. Like that brother with that green on. He's still down there. He want to see what the fuck I'm doing. It ain't none of his business. I'm sitting here talking. I got a barrio around me. I got different people around me from different tribes coming by to see what they need to do. Because that's how they do the voting in the barrio. They got to find somewhere that we can do it. Because it got to be enough people that's fucking online and related and not crazy. Yeah. See, somebody said I was crazy. Somebody in their mind said I was crazy and it came out of my mouth. But it matched on what I said, okay? You see, I say how when I'm in the middle of this particular thing that I do, he confirming it. When I'm in the middle of this particular thing I do and somebody put some nasty in it, like saying something nasty like, oh, she crazy, there's going to come out my mouth because somebody in my body going to say somebody talking shit. Because that's how they do with the judging of you. When they judge your character, they're going to be judging you like, how do you act when somebody gets them coming around you talking what's on your mind and prophesizing? What you going to say about them? And if you say that they're crazy, they're going to expose that. Because I won't be knowing, because sometimes it be matching with the shit that I be saying anyways. Because this is crazy, meaning it's an experience that's crazy. You see me? And not saying that I'm crazy, but somebody else was saying that I'm crazy. And it was somebody that walked by. So that was the second person, probably from the same type of tribe, that was concerned enough to have some kind of thought. Because when I see people doing this shit, I sit and listen and see if they got some message from my fucking ass. Because I start figuring out what the fuck was going on. And I was like, oh, let me be outside. Let me be outside around people. Because the more people around you, the more spirits inside those people that, or souls of their ancestors that's inside them, can speak to you. So you can see if you know them. That's what I do this for. This is the way, I guess. This is the way that's been the ancient way for a long time if we get lost, because we're lost. We're the lost tribes of Israel. We don't even know who the hell we are. We be warring and fighting with each other, and we got foreign motherfuckers over here terrorizing us, and we ain't even thinking about that. We more worried about whether somebody's hair is natural or something, whether you're a vegan or a vegetarian. We're not worried about, like, when the fuck am I gonna get some rent from my land, yo? Like, fuck the bullshit. Like, for real, like, that's really what I'm concerned about. Because I got hurt at work. I used to work in the shipyards, in the labor department, doing the ship repair, ship rebuilding, so like construction. I used to work with electricians, pipe fitters, welders, burners. I was considered to be a scaler. I used to climb around in tanks of Navy ships, aircraft carriers, barges, submarines, destroyers. I worked on fish boats. I worked on icebreakers for the Coast Guard. Yeah, I used to work for the shipyards. I was a painter when I was in Virginia. And then I was in California. I was in San Diego for a minute doing the painter work, because the painter has to prep the area. And so they have the laborers working the tools, because you got to grind it, you got to sand it down, you got to get everything together. And then the welders got to come in and they got to weld this shit together. So you got to stand there and make sure they fucking ass don't burn up. They call them fire watches. Yeah, I was a fire watch. It's part of the labor work shit. And Washington is a part of the labor work. In other states, it's a part of whatever the fuck job you're doing. You're going to do that part on your own. You see me? So when I was in Virginia, I was working for paint, in the paint side, but I wasn't in a union. That's why I said I always consider myself to be a laborer, because I was in a labor union. And then when I went to Virginia, I did labor work in Virginia, but it was in the paint department. And then I started doing painter's work. And then I got hurt out there. And I almost died. And my hand is still messed up right now. So my delusion of the American dream, it left me. I was 30 years old. I'm 43 now. So 13 years I haven't worked. And I'm homeless. That's why I be outside all the time. Because I ain't got nowhere to fucking be. Where I can do what I want to do. Talk my shit and be around people. Because I do want to be around people, like I said. And two, you know, what did I say on here? I might have said something on this camera I didn't really want to say. But anyways, like I said, it ain't nobody motherfucking business what the fuck I be up to. I might edit this clip out. Or might say somebody to try me and see if I can try their motherfucking ass back. You know, because what I did realize too is that there's people who find out what you into and that you got some kind of psychic ability, and they realize that you answering back, and they start asking you shit like, you know, can I talk to my grandma, you know, Mary Lou and them, Sue and them sister, something like that. And you be like, no, why? You with me to me. I'm out here doing something. This is like being on stage for the fucking spirits. Who the hell want to do this shit? Yeah. Who really want to do this? I'm not getting no money for this. Ain't nobody saying, oh, I see you out there, Tata. You doing all this stuff. I want you to tell me what my grandma thinking about me right now. She think you a punk bitch. She think you a punk bitch for getting in the wedding there. You feel me? Because you don't know if you your grandma's child anyways. Meaning this. If your ass is mixed up like I'm mixed up, and most black people is mixed up and shit, meaning they from different tribes. They got Apache in them, they got fucking Mayan in them, they got fucking, you know, Antillean or whatever it's called. The ones in Alaska, the Eskimos. I got that shit in me too. That's why I said, what the fuck? I got all the Native Americans all the way from Alaska down to Chile in my DNA right now. So that means somebody might have been in a warring fucking family. Now why? You might date somebody in that motherfucker, you might think their ass is black and their motherfucking ass is really fucking black Chinese. And you don't even know it's such thing as a black Chinese. You think they're just a different looking black person and they brought their ass over here. So that's what the fuck I'm finding out my grandparents is. My name is Ta. Ta is a Vietnamese name. If you look at Vietnamese people and you look at my grandma's father, that motherfucker looked just like him. He's just dark. He's not really dark, but he's dark and his hair is still kind of straight and everything. They were down in Texas. I don't know where them motherfuckers came from, but I don't think they from the United States. Because my grandma told me that her dad and them changed their name. Their last name is not Johnson. So what's their last name? You see me? A lot of shit happened back in the day and we don't know. That's why I said it's important for people to get their DNA test done. Because you might be beefing with somebody of the same fucking bloodline of a family member of royalty that might want to use your body to come back in, and they can't use your body because you prejudiced. That's why. Shit. I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And I know what the situation is. And sometimes everything don't need to be discussed. Because it's barrio business. It's family business. It's arguments that really don't need to be discussed like that because it's irrelevant. Because at the end of the day, it matters what house you come out of. My dad is Nab. Yeah, I'm top battle. See me? So they know my barrio. It don't need to be said in there because it's already understood, and I done made too many videos explaining it. There too many people in the barrio done been in the videos explaining it. We went all out and shit. Now it's time for the next phase. It's kind of like when Jesus said coming back. He said he's going to give everybody an opportunity to hear the gospel and see and believe it or not. It's like that. They want to see if you really believe it. If you don't believe it, they're going to do some wild shit to make you believe it. And since right now everybody is watching TVs and shit, everybody watching video games and they doing all this wild shit, that's what the fuck they been doing to your ass to awe you and shock you. You see me? So you need to be getting into your ancestors. Meaning go and find out what your granddaddy's last name was if you don't know. Because a lot of women did stuff like say, I don't like that man. I don't want to give him the last name. And now everybody's mixed up because people don't have their fucking dad's last name. Because my brother died. And when my brother died, I don't have my dad's Y chromosome information. I just have what I got of his actual DNA. But I don't have that Y chromosome that could be traced back to the first man in his bloodline. You see me? So I don't know what the fuck he is. I mean, I do because the spirits done told me. And they let me know. And he be talking to my ass. Because he died, my biological father died when I was 5. So I don't really know what he was like. And his mother raised me. And she was just a church woman. She was sweet to me. And she gave me a lot of love. But they was lying about shit because they lied about who my grandfather was. I didn't find out until I was 17 that it was a whole different person. Because I thought Lee Frazier was my grandfather. So that was a violation. And then I found out I had a whole lot of cousins and shit in Arkansas. And I'm still trying to figure out if those are my cousins because they're my first cousins or they're my cousins because they're my dad's first cousins. You see? Because there's a lot of lies that were told back in the day on paper so that people wouldn't get persecuted. But within the family, they kept the real names of those people. Because it helps you to understand where you come from. Because different family names, like Freeman, that name is coming from the Spanish Cherokee. You know? Yeah, they met in Irish. They're Irish too. But the family in Mexico, they're called Cortez. I don't went and got their fucking birth certificates and shit. I went and looked the shit up. I already knew it, but I went and looked it up, and I was able to look it up. You understand? So that means if I was able to look up my mother's, I was able to look up my father's, and my father has 2 grandparents. So he has 2 fathers too, pretty much, because he got 2 grandpas. Because he got a little bit of their personality, you know what I'm saying? You got different tribes, all this shit has a role on what you turn out to be like as a person. Damn, you driving fast. And then on top of that, once you get to a certain age, they start looking for people of talent to jump into. Like whoever jumped into Michael Jordan is the same spirit that jumped into Kobe Bryant. You see me? because they're doing the exact same moves. That's how you could tell. You know how, like, in the Nation of Islam, in order for them to tell if you have the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, or no, the Honorable Farrar Muhammad, and you have to be able to write a whole paragraph just like he wrote it, and exactly like his handwriting, because the spirits can jump in your body and take over your hands. And if you can write just like them, that means that they're in your body, installed in there. Because once they get in there, they can't get out. Yeah, that's why different clubs, if you do something wrong, they have to kill you. Because you'll be an infection. Like, I'm sitting out there doing this religious talk about whatever, and somebody walking by saying some fucked up shit. And then you know they was really saying it, because people be playing like they on the phone and they don't be. That's why I'm doing a video. They don't know what the fuck I'm doing. They just see a female out here bold enough to be talking on the street amongst a bunch of strangers. And I'm saying, well, really, I'm not amongst strangers, because I'm always amongst family, because I'm the oldest mother on the planet. That's why. Because all other races came out of me anyways. That's why. And that's what they don't really like. Because I'm coming out of a Chicana barrio, that's why. Because the way that I'm interpreting this situation is not of their customs, and they don't like it, and they have to respect it, because it's what the fuck I have to do. Because I have a father. That's why. I got more than one father. I got a biological father. I got a stepfather that raised me, who basically is who I am in my thought pattern, because he's the one that set the standards. I have a step-grandfather that I didn't even know he was a step-grandfather. Then I have 2 biological grandfathers of my own. And then they have that same pattern. And all of those men get to step forward and say whether they want my ass talking. Because I'm not married in there. In the Matrix, in real life, I'm not married. But in the spiritual realm, I have husbands. And I said, because Cuddy, you see, everybody think this shit is a joke, and it's not. It's real. They think it's a joke because it hasn't manifested in reality within the Matrix right yet. But it is, and it's coming, because I'm going to be seeing the wizard in the fucking flesh. Now you know what kind of shit the wizards is talking about. Because they all talk about some girl, and they all talk about some woman. And it's always Tata. It's always Top Mera. It's always Rose. They call me Tata de la Rosa, see me? Rose golden. See, my hair is golden. You see it? I got 3 different kind of golds in there right now. You see? Maybe more, actually. But I'm just saying. They know who the fuck I am. Okay? Yeah, Tamara Alicia. I got more than one name. I got an AKA, like Tupac said. The alias, just in case they try to fuck with me. Because that's what they did. They stole my identity. And they went and started living a life in my name, doing God knows what. And people coming around judging me based off of them thinking I'm somebody. That's why I got my face out here. I don't give a fuck if I'm broke or not. I got my face out here. Because I want motherfuckers to see who's talking. Because I found out that they're broadcasting me running my mouth certain places. Meaning they're taking these videos and taking my face off and letting my voice talk. You see me? So nobody really know what the fuck I'm looking at, what I'm talking about. They don't know. It could be, in their mind, it could be some bum on the ground. Because they can create a fucking scenario. Online right now, the whole crave is, if you can take a scene, an action, a song, or a phrase out of a movie, or anything you've seen on YouTube, and you can recreate it. If you see somebody hairstyle, an outfit, if you can, as far as a celebrity, if you make your shit just like theirs, you get your little shit shared all over. So you kind of become famous, right? or people get to know you more, or the spirit that's in that person becomes more known because that spirit is talking to more people, it's getting more exposure. You see what I'm saying? So if that's the case, why would you not think they could do that with my voice? Meaning they're, like I said, they have my video playing in the background, and then they have another one where somebody's miming and miming and acting like they're the ones that said this. And the scenario that's around is somebody laying down on the ground fucking being a bum, or somebody in a strip club shaking their ass. Because I be saying hella crazy shit depending on my motherfucking mood for that damn day. Because sometimes I don't feel like letting Jesus do whatever the fuck. And I just talk my shit. Because they understand. They plan on killing his ass. I mean, what the fuck would he give a fuck about somebody's damn feelings and cussing and shit? If somebody tried to kill you, or did kill you, whatever way you want to take it, since you know your soul is eternal, would you give a fuck what they thinking? You would be laughing. Because you would know these people are your enemies and you about to destroy them. That's why. Because they're not going to get a chance to do the same thing. Because everybody's realizing you have to love each other in a way that we don't even see as love. They're giving each other the time, the ear.
You want to ride on there in the morning?
Huh? No, thank you.
How you doing? I saw Shake on herself with black shirt.
Okay, no, thank you, bruh.
You look so pretty.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.
What's your name?
Tata.
I'm Fred.
Okay, Fred.
Tata, I like you.
Okay. I don't know what he said, but that's what I said. These men, they be wanting to be on the goddamn camera because they know I'm doing a video. 9 times out of 10, I'm doing a video because there's something going on. You see me? They got spirits in them that making them walk their ass around here. And sometimes they be happy about it, and sometimes they be mad. Cause if that spirit been fucking with them, say it's like your grandpa, the one that makes you run 10 miles a day and shit. So he wants you to be a triathlon, and you're like, I don't want to do that. And you're like, I really, my grandpa was nice, but he was real strict. What if his spirit jumped into your ass and started making you do shit anyways? You be like, that's a fucking demon doing me. I'm being possessed by a demon. What if your grandma jumped in you and your grandma was hella strict and she didn't take no shit? You're her ghost after she died. And she tell you, you should act a certain way because your grandparents and your parents train you. And say you say, nah, I don't want to do it like that. I'm going to do it like this. It's 2021. I'm about to say this to this motherfucker. Or I'm about to do this. Or I'm about to change my religion or whatever the fuck people be thinking. Your grandma going to be in you saying, motherfucker, we in the bloodline of Jesus. You can't change your fucking religion. You ain't really got to be no Christian, but you better believe in Jesus, because Jesus wasn't a Christian. Hello? Jesus was not a Christian, okay? Christianity started way after Jesus, but it spread his name and his story, so it's the same thing. Or her story, or the story that happens to the people who take on that energy of that spirit that they now call Jesus, because they have multiple names. Isa. It's a lot of names. It doesn't matter, because you don't die. You're immortal. So if you're the same spirit and you know that the one that everybody know now that's famous is Jesus, and it still has the same principles, that's the one that won the race as far as the name and the culture, because this is the continent. And because the Bible takes place here in America. Horace Butler showed that in Rocks Cry Out. He went down to Mexico and found Solomon's empire. Or one of them empires down there. He went over to the woods, the forest. I mean the jungle. And it was behind some rock. He moved the rock and it was like a door. And it rolled back and it was a whole like empire back there. And it was Solomon's empire. Or I can't think of what it's called. It was his tomb. Not his tomb. It was a whole empire. It was some type of Aztec empire. But they concluded that it was supposed to be Solomon's or something. I'm trying to think, but either way, it was a biblical person, whoever it was. This place is in Mexico. The story about Jesus takes place in America. Let's talk about Americans. That's what Noble Drew Ali was talking about. That's what the Moors always talking about. Okay? You got two names, right? And here in America, they call him Jesus and they call him Jesus.
It's a 1 inch? What?
In other countries, they call it a whole different name.
We're cool.
I'm just telling you, that's what the hell is going on here. That's why the people having problems.
You said we were cool on the last one.
Because they can't accept it. Because he has hair of wool and skins of bronze. But he's from America.
That's us, huh?
But he's not from Africa like that.
That's us, huh?
That means he's not a slave like that. I mean, if he was from there right now, he'd be considered to be Mexican. He'd be a black Mexican like me. Like my family. I've seen pictures of them. Yeah, I seen them. They're black. Like me. They look like me. I may not look like the typical average black person, but the motherfuckers look exactly like me. Same face and everything. So they got black folks all in motherfucking Mexico. His name was Juan Cortez. That means he was a part of the Castilians. So he was damn sure speaking Spanish. And that's just one side of my family. Because those are the so-called conquistadors. Those are not the original people that were in the area of Mexico. I'm talking about my great-great-grandfather, however far back he is. I was looking at my gentleman. I realized it doesn't matter. Because when they do the Y chromosome, it goes back to one male, one common male. You see? That male is your grandfather. And he basically then jumped into every other white male of his race. That's why they say the boys belong to their daddies. The girls have to be given a soul by their daddy. So I have a soul. My dad called me Smoke. You see me? So I'm in my dad's household, meaning no matter what, throughout any incarnation, I'll always be caught. Meaning they're going to catch me. If I ever come back into a body, they're going to remind me of who I am and who I was in the past. In past incarnations, because people know. You see what I'm saying? People know the history. That's what they're studying in the secret societies. That's what Noble Drew Ali brought you. The missing years of Jesus. The places he went that they don't talk about in the Bible. Okay? So he's bringing you information that's not taught in Christianity. And his religion that he started is not called Christianity, but it includes Jesus. You understand? Okay, now it's time for me to go. Yeah, they give me signs because I haven't been coughing. That means my throat isn't upset. That means somebody wants me to go get some food. Yeah, I'm going to the Dollar Tree. I'll be right here on Crenshaw or on Slauson. Because these speeches are long. It's been 50 minutes. This is a long video. And I don't know if I could clip it, but we're going to see. But I'm going to keep it and I'm going to upload it. All right, peace.